Hi everyone, today is Monday, May 4th, 2026, and this is your reading for today. As I shuffle, I'm going to set the intention to bring through the message that we need to hear in order for us to align with the highest version of ourselves. And I'm going to start by pulling a few cards from the Sacred Geometry deck, and we can open up the field and let through what it is that we've been wanting to hear or needing to hear. Okay, so we've got the Seed of Life reversed. Now this card has specifically been popping up a lot in the past few days' readings, and it has a lot to do with abundance and our beliefs surrounding abundance, what we allow to come through. Then we have High Tide reversed. So sort of like that moment, like an aha moment that we have when things start to finally come together, when concepts start making sense, when you start to embody things, except it's presenting reversed. So there's like a resistance against wanting to embody a new belief surrounding abundance, surrounding wealth in your life, being able to see what already exists in your life that is abundant, what already exists in your life that makes you feel wealthy. There's a resistance in that, and there's fruit of life here. So being able to shift your perspective to a higher one is the work right now, and it feels uncomfortable. Of course it would, because it's a new way of doing things, and when things are unfamiliar, most of us feel threatened. Most of us want to put up a protective mechanism. Defense mechanisms we've been practicing since we were children start to reveal themselves. And this is actually a good opportunity for you to learn who you are in the face of change. Because it's being able to not label things as good or bad about you, but instead of like, that's interesting, this is what I want instead moving forward. Being able to zoom out is a really valuable skill moving forward for you. I'm going to pull some tarot cards on this, and we can dive into more specifics about this energy presenting itself. So if we're thinking in terms of aligning with the highest version of you, we're of course wanting to perceive this from a higher level, from a higher frequency, always through the eyes of love. All right, so we've got the Emperor reversed. So it's these beliefs that you're learning to let go of surrounding what you've always seen, old ways of learning, what you have learned from others based on their experience with money, with wealth. You need to let go of those beliefs because they're not yours. They're theirs that you adopted because you've seen what works and what doesn't for them. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it will work or won't work for you. The real skill here moving forward is developing the courage to try something new, to listen to your intuition. Sometimes we find new advice, new guidance in the conversations we have with others. And I know there is a lot of thoughts surrounding social media, but there's also a lot of valuable information on there, and a lot of the times what pops up is exactly what you've been looking for. And yeah, maybe Siri is listening to you, but honestly, that's kind of how manifestation works. That's how life works. It reflects back to you what you've been thinking, what you've been saying. And so it's a valuable tool in that sense. So you might be able to find what you're looking for on your social media accounts, but you will know when something resonates. You always know when something resonates. It's just a knowing. It's just this pure, there's no if, ands, or buts. You just know. And when you come across guidance like that, take it on and start to apply it and see if it works for you, because it most likely will. Then we've got the Ace of Wands reversed. So taking the first step, taking the first action step right now, but also learning to direct the fiery passion that you feel in your heart right now about wanting to call in wealth. A lot of the times we get really excited about wanting to create something, wanting to bring something to life, that we kind of push our energy out in a very scattered way, trying to do 8 million things at the same time, thinking those 8 million things is what you need to do in order to bring the manifestation and the desire to life. And that is not true. The intention here, well, the direction here, how you direct your energy, is to get really clear on your intention, what you're creating, why you're creating it. Get really clear, get really specific about what you want to create. Write it down, repeat it to yourself, feel what it feels like to already live that life, and then you will know what your next best step will be. So just being mindful. Excitement is a great energy to feel. It's a great emotion to feel. But if we don't know how to hold it and direct it with intention, it could just end up becoming way too big. It becomes something we can't handle. And that's when things feel too hard and then we quit. So if that is a cycle you see within yourself, know that the cycle is presenting itself again, and this time you get to change it. You get to shift it into being more intentional about the excitement, about this newfound energy on wanting to bring this creative project or this new idea of wealth into life, And then the last card here is your King of Cups reversed. A lot of reverse energies today, but it's not bad. It's just that it's just calling you out on where you are right now. And I think you need to know where you are in order to know where you want to go. And so also being mindful of your emotions right now, checking in, being incredibly self-aware about the things you feel, especially the negative emotions that come up. You want to ask yourself, where is this coming from? Because sometimes they're so practiced that we don't even notice that we are thinking negatively or that we are feeling like tight and resistant within our body. We just figure, oh, that's just how it always has been. But it doesn't have to be that way. And being able to change that is first becoming aware of those moments. And they happen from moment to moment in our days in ways we don't even realize, So I think keeping a journal right now will be very beneficial to this change. So it's a direction of energy, and it's also an awareness of thought and emotions of where you are, and then clarifying where you want to go. And so I'm going to pull some guidance cards on this. I'm going to ask for guidance moving forward. Guidance moving forward. Now, I know that we all love action steps and we all love practicality. We like being involved in the hands-on part of our manifestation. But it's really important to get your mind and your emotions on the same page, to get your heart and mind on the same page before you start acting. But it's also, it's kind of a fine balance too, because we don't want to overthink and then never act. So clarification often helps you move into the next logical step. Okay, Sacred Fool. This is a great card because this allows you, this is actually a reminder that however your wealth comes into fruition is going to be in your own very special way. And that is why, like I was saying earlier about picking and choosing the guidance that you receive. Not everything is for you, but you know what you can feel in your body when something is for you, when something is going to work for you. And really, it's about having the courage to try, to show up and try. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then try something else. But the key here is to never give up. It's to never quit. It's to know that you're supposed to have what you want, and that's part of the life process. That's part of the excitement of living, is really just trying, testing things out. Why not? You will have such a great stories to share with the people you love if you just continue showing up. The word wants to be written. So, this is a great reminder. This is a great confirmation, actually, of the thing that you are wanting to create is what is going to bring that wealth in. It's what's going to shift your belief system surrounding abundance. You will then actually begin to start really having deep faith in the fact that when you follow your highest excitement, abundance follows. That everything that you want exists on that joyful frequency, on the things that bring you joy. And so the key, like I was saying earlier, is to really hone in and become intentional about how you direct this excitement, the energy of excitement, the energy of passion. Be intentional about where you put it. It feels big in your body and you want to do all the things all at once. And that's probably what you've done before. But this time, take one step at a time and put all that energy, all that focus into the one step at a time. And that's what's going to show you. The universe is going to meet you immediately. You're going to be shown proof immediately when you direct your energy in this way. Last card we've got, focus on the light. As always, focus on what's already working. Do more of what's already working. Focus on all the good things, because there's always good things. Yes, the negative things feel big, but they are not the only things. And yes, the negative things are truth. They are valid, but they aren't the only truths. So it's about focusing your truths on the positive ones, on the things that are going well for you. And that's what's going to help you shift your perspective on abundance and wealth, shift your beliefs in a way that is more life-giving, and it's what's going to allow you to manifest faster. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you were able to find something valuable from today's reading.